Good morning, students. And today we are going to continue the transition and inner transition elements. Our topics are compounds of transition elements, potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. So these are two important compounds that are mainly used in industries and laboratory purposes. So we should know the preparation properties, uses, structure, and other things related to these two compounds, that is potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. So the oxides and oxo anions of metal, except the first member of the 3D series, that is scandium, all the transition elements form metal oxides. So they generally form ionic metal oxides. So the oxidation number ranges from +2 to +7. So as the oxidation number increases, that is the ionic character decreases. So oxidation number கூட கூட என்ன ஆகும்னா ionic character வந்து decrease ஆகும். For example, Mn2O7 is covalent, that is manganese heptaoxide, and most higher oxides are acidic in nature. That is, when manganese heptaoxide is dissolved in water, it gives permanganic acid, that is HMnO4. HMnO4, permanganic acid. And chromium trioxide gives chromic acid, HCrO4. And dichromic acid, H2Cr2O7. In general, lower oxides may be amphoteric. Amphoteric means they have both acidic character and basic character. So lower oxides may be amphoteric or basic. For example, chromium 3 oxide, that is Cr2O3, is amphoteric, and chromium 2 oxide is basic in nature. So these are the general characteristics of oxides of D group elements. The first compound we are going to study is potassium dichromate, that is K2Cr2O7. The formula for this is K2Cr2O7. So it is used in our laboratory for the detection of chloride ions in qualitative analysis, that is salt analysis. So for the detection of chloride ions, we use potassium dichromate. So it is red orange color powder preparation. So it is prepared from chromate ore. So first step is the ore is concentrated by gravity separation. So what is meant by concentration? Removing impurities by using various methods, that is gravity separation, froth flotation, magnetic separation, and chemical method. So depending upon the nature of the oxides, we use various methods. Generally for oxide method, we use gravity separation method. Then for sulfide ore means we have to use froth flotation method. So here chromate is oxide ore, so we use gravity separation process to concentrate it. Then it is mixed with excess sodium carbonate and lime and roasted in a reverberatory furnace. So the equation, the chemical reaction taking place during the process is given below, that is 4FeCr2O4, that is chromate ore, so reacts with sodium carbonate Na2CO3 plus oxygen. So at a temperature of 900 to 1000 degrees Celsius. So we get Na2CrO4, Fe2O3, and 8CO2. So carbon dioxide gas is liberated, and chromate ore is converted into sodium chromate. So chromate ore is converted into sodium chromate. So the soluble, the roasted mass. What is meant by roasting? Roasting is the process in which the ore is oxidized. The ore is oxidize in presence of heat. So the roasted ore is mass is treated with water to separate soluble sodium chromate from insoluble iron oxide. So there are two products formed, sodium chromate and iron oxide. Iron oxide is generally insoluble, so we have to separate it by treating it with water. So the yellow solution of sodium chromate is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid. So the second step is sodium chromate is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, which converts sodium chromate into dichromate. So 2Na2CrO4 plus H2SO4 gives, so the reaction takes place like this. Na2Cr2O1, that is sodium dichromate, plus Na2SO4 plus H2O. So in the second step, sodium chromate is converted into dichromate. Then the above solution is concentrated to remove less soluble sodium sulfate. The resulting solution is filtered and further concentrated. It is then cooled to get crystals of sodium sulfate, Na2SO4 2H2O. அது நல்லா கூல் பண்ணோம்னா சோடியம் சல்ஃபேட் வந்து தனியாக வந்து சாலிடாக கிடச்சிரும். Then the saturated solution of sodium dichromate in water is mixed with KCl. So the third step is sodium dichromate is mixed with KCl, that is potassium chloride, and then concentrated to get crystals of potassium dichromate. So Na2Cr2O7 plus 2KCl gives K2Cr2O7 plus 2NaCl. So the first step is ore, that is chromate ore is treated with sodium carbonate and it is converted into sodium chromate, soluble sodium chromate. In the second step, sodium chromate is treated with sulfuric acid to get sodium dichromate. So in the third step, sodium dichromate is treated with KCl to convert into potassium dichromate. So these are the three important steps. So these the first step is taken place in the reverberative furnace at a temperature of about 1000 degree Celsius. Then regarding physical property, it is an orange crystalline solid. Then the melting point is 671 Kelvin. Moderately soluble in cold water but very much soluble in hot water. When it is heated, it is decomposed into chromium 3 oxide, that is Cr2O3 and molecular oxygen. That is K2Cr2O7, 4K2Cr2O7. When it is heated, it gives 4K2CrO4 plus 2Cr2O3 plus 3O2. Molecular oxygen is liberated. Then the structure of dichromate ion, that is there are two structures, structure of chromate ion and structure of dichromate ion. Here the chromate ion Cr O4 2 minus. So the bond length is 166 picometer. Bond length is 166 picometer. And the structure of dichromate ion, the bond length slightly varies. So in the center, the oxygen is bonded with two chromium atoms at an angle of 126 degree, and the chromium oxygen bond length is 179 and 163 at the other end. So both chromate and dichromate ions are oxo anions of chromium, and they are extensively used as strong oxidizing agents. So in these reagents, the oxidation state of chromium is +6. So the oxidation state is +6. And chromate and dichromate ions are interconvertible. So they are converted into, that is for example, chromate is converted into dichromate or dichromate is converted into chromate. In alkaline solution, that is chromate ion is predominant. In acidic solution, dichromate ion is predominant. So acidic solutionல dichromate ion அதிகமாக இருக்கும். அதே மாதிரி alkaline solutionல chromate ion வந்து அதிகமாக இருக்கும். Then regarding chemical properties, oxidation. So potassium dichromate is a powerful oxidizing agents. So they are used in organic conversions, that is for the conversion of alcohol to aldehyde or aldehyde to acid. So acidified dichromate is generally used in organic reactions for the conversion of alcohol to carboxylic acid. So it oxidizing agent, that is the oxidizing action in presence of acid, that is H plus ion. H plus ion means acid, that is sulfuric acid. So when the reaction takes place, the oxidation state changes from chromium 6 plus to chromium 3 plus. That is Cr2O7 2 minus plus 14H plus 6 electrons. So there are 6 electrons involved in this oxidizing reaction. You get 2Cr3 plus 7H2O. 2Cr3 plus 7H2O. For example, it oxidizes ferrosols to ferric salts, that is Cr2O7 2 minus plus 6Fe2 plus 14H plus gives 2Cr3 plus 6Fe3 plus 7H2O. Similarly, it oxidizes iodide ions to iodine. Iodide ions I minus, it is converted into I2. Similarly, it oxidizes sulfide ion to sulfur, S2 minus to S. So there are various reactions. So you should remember and write the various reactions involved in this oxidizing reaction. Then it oxidizes sulfur dioxide to sulfate ion, that is SO2 is converted into SO4 2 minus, and it oxidizes stannous salts, that is SN 2 plus is converted into SN 4 plus. Similarly, it is used in organic chemistry, that is it converts alcohol into acids. For example, when ethyl alcohol is used, it is converted into acetic acid in presence of potassium dichromate and sulfuric acid. So in this lesson, you have to remember the various chemical reactions involved in the process. Then the very important test, that is chromyl chloride test, which is used for the deduction of chloride ions in qualitative analysis, that is simple salt analysis. So for any chloride we can use this test. For example, potassium dichromate, when it is heated with sodium chloride and concentrated sulfuric acid, it is converted into chromyl chloride vapor, that is red orange vapor. It is converted into chromyl chloride vapor. Any chloride, when combined with potassium dichromate and concentrated sulfuric acid, is converted into chromyl chloride, that is CrO2 Cl2, that is red orange vapors. So liberation of red orange vapors so it is an indication for the presence of chloride ion. So this is the reaction, that is K2Cr2O7 plus 4 NaCl plus 6H2SO4 2KHSO4, potassium hydrogen sulfate, sodium hydrogen sulfate, then CrO2 Cl2. So this is the vapor that is liberated during the reaction. Then the chromyl chloride vapors are dissolved in sodium hydroxide solution and then acidified with acetic acid and treated with lead acetate. A yellow precipitate of lead acetate is lead chromate is formed. Yellow precipitate of lead chromate. So when the vapors are passed to sodium hydroxide and acidified with acetic acid and then treated with lead acetate, you get yellow precipitate of lead chromate. So this reaction we can easily do in our laboratory. So CrO2 Cl2 plus 4 NaOH, Na2 CrO4 plus 2 NaCl plus 2 H2O. So Na2 CrO4 plus lead acetate CH3COO twice Pb gives PbCrO4 plus 2 CH3COO Na. So PbCr4 is the yellow lead chromate precipitate. So the formation of precipitate indicates the presence of or confirms the presence of chloride ion. Then uses of potassium dichromate. It is used as a strong oxidizing agent. Then it is used in dyeing and printing. And it is used in leather tanneries for chrome tanning. Then it is used in quantitative analysis for the estimation of ion compounds. So there are two types of analysis, qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative analysis leads to the estimation and qualitative analysis leads to the deduction. So here it is used in quantitative analysis for the estimation of ion oxides and iodides. So these are the important concepts in potassium dichromate. So please remember, that is preparation, properties, the very important property is the oxidizing property, and the very important test is chromyl chloride test. Then the next compound is potassium permanganate, KMnO4. So it is prepared generally from pyrolusite, that is manganese dioxide ore. Pyrolusite contains manganese dioxide, MnO2. So first step is conversion of manganese dioxide into potassium manganate. So here the ore is powdered and it is fused with potassium hydroxide in presence of air, or by using oxidizing agents like potassium nitrate or potassium chlorate. So first step is the ore is powdered and fused with KOH in presence of air or KNO2 or KClO3. We get green colored potassium manganate in the first step. So 2MnO2 plus 4 KOH plus O2 gives 2K2MnO4 potassium manganate. So it is green in color, plus 2 H2O. And the second step is oxidation of potassium manganate to permanganate. Oxidation of potassium manganate to permanganate. So it is done by two methods, that is either chemical oxidation or electrolytic oxidation. So for chemical oxidation, potassium manganate is treated with ozone or chlorine. So for chemical oxidation, we can use either chlorine or ozone. That is 2MnO4 2 minus plus O3 plus H2O gives 2MnO4 minus, that is oxidation state changes, that is changes in manganese, plus 2OH minus plus O2. Or we can use chlorine, 2MnO4 2 minus plus Cl2 gives 2MnO4 minus plus 2Cl minus. So either you can use ozone or chlorine. And in electrolytic oxidation, it is electrolyzed in presence of little alkali. In electrolytic oxidation, the process takes place in an electrolytic bath containing electrodes, that is anode and cathode. When electricity is passed, then transfer of electrons takes place, leading to the formation of product, that is K2MnO4 gives 2K plus and MnO4 2 minus. So it is electrolyzed into cation and anion, and H2O is converted to H plus and OH minus. So at anode, magnet ions are converted into permanganate. That is 2MnO4 2 minus is converted into 2MnO4 minus plus 2 electrons. So electron is liberated at the anode. Electron is 2 electrons are liberated at the anode due to the formation of permanganate ions, which is purple in color. So the green color changes into purple color. And hydrogen is liberated at the cathode. That is 2H plus electron gives H2. So the purple colored solution is concentrated by evaporation and form crystals. You get solution of purple color, it is heated. When it is heated, it is concentrated and it is converted into crystals on cooling. So this is the step. There are two steps. So first step is pyrolusite ore is converted into manganate, and second step manganate is converted into permanganate using either chemical method, chemical oxidation or electrolytic oxidation. Chemical oxidation we can use chlorine, and for electrolytic oxidation we can use electrodes, and transfer of electrons takes place leading to the liberation of electrons at the anode and hydrogen at the cathode, and we get purple color permanganate solution. So these are the steps. Then regarding the physical properties, it exists in the form of dark purple color crystals. So it is also used in quantitative analysis for the estimation of oxalic acid, ferrous sulfate and ferrous ammonium sulfate in our laboratory. So generally it is purple colored crystals. Its melting point is 513 Kelvin. So it is sparingly soluble in cold water and fairly soluble in hot water. Then structure of permanganate ion. So it has a tetrahedral geometry in which Mn7 plus is sp3 hybridized. So Mn7 plus is sp3 hybridized. That is manganese at the center and 4 oxygens at the tetrahedral geometry. Then chemical properties, action of heat. When potassium permanganate is heated, it is decomposed to give potassium manganate, manganese dioxide and oxygen. Then on treating with cold concentrated sulfuric acid, it is decomposed to manganese heptoxide. 2KMnO4 plus 2H2SO4 cold, in cold condition. Mn2O7 plus 2KHSO4 plus H2O. Mn2O7 is generally decomposed to manganese dioxide. So it is unstable. When it is heated, it is converted into MnO2. And by hot concentrated sulfuric acid, potassium permanganate gives manganese sulfate. So there are two conditions. When using cold sulfuric acid, you get manganese dioxide. When you use hot sulfuric acid, you get manganese sulfate. So 4KMnO4 plus 6H2SO4, you get 4MnSO4 plus 2K2SO4 plus 6H2O plus O2. And it is also a strong oxidizing agent like potassium dichromate. And in neutral medium, it is reduced to MnO2 minus. That is MnO4 minus plus 2H2O plus 3 electrons. It is converted into MnO2 plus 4OH minus. So it oxidizes hydrogen sulfide to sulfur. It oxidizes thiosulfate, that is S2O3 2 minus, into sulfate SO4 2 minus. And in alkaline medium, so in presence of any base, it is converted into manganate, that is MnO4 minus plus electron MnO4 2 minus. This manganate ion is further reduced to manganese dioxide by some reducing agent, that is MnO4 2 minus plus H2O gives MnO2 plus 2OH minus plus nascent oxygen. So oxygen in square bracket is called nascent oxygen, that is oxygen evolved at the time of chemical reaction. ஸோ கெமிக்கல் ரியாக்ஷன் அப்போது வெளிவரக்கூடிய ஆக்சிஜனுக்கு பேர் தான் நேசன்ட், அதாவது அட்டாமிக் ஆக்சிஜன் சொல்லுவோம். அது வந்து ஆக்சிஜன் போட்டு ஒரு ஸ்கொயர் ப்ராக்கெட் போட்டுருவோம். ஸோ த ஓவரால் ரியாக்ஷன் இஸ் MnO4 மைனஸ் ப்ளஸ் 2H2O ப்ளஸ் 3 electron gives MnO2 plus 4OH minus. So it is the same as that of the neutral medium. Then Bayes reagent. So cold dilute alkaline KMnO4 is called Bayes reagent. So we have to take potassium dichromate and dissolved in water, that is cold water, containing little base, alkali. Then the solution is called Bayes reagent. It is used to oxidize alkenes to diols. So it is a very useful reagent in organic chemistry for the conversion of alkenes, that is unsaturated compounds, double bonded compounds, to diols. Diols means compounds containing two alcohol groups, so they are called diols. For example, ethylene is converted into ethylene glycol. Then in acid medium, in presence of acids, dilute sulfuric acid, potassium permanganate act as a powerful oxidizing, that is strong oxidizing agent. So in presence of dilute sulfuric acid, it acts as a very strong oxidizing agent, that is permanganate ion is converted into manganese ion, Mn2 plus. So MnO4 minus plus 8H plus 5 electron gives Mn2 plus 4H2O. For example, it converts ferrous salts to ferric salts. What is the difference between ferrous and ferric? Ferrous ion is in plus 2 oxidation state. In ferric, ion is in plus 3 oxidation state. And it oxidizes iodide to iodine. And it oxidizes oxalic acid to carbon dioxide. So oxalic acid formula is COOH twice. That is the formula for oxalic acid, organic acid. So these are the examples for the oxidizing action in presence of acid. So there are three oxidizing actions: in presence of neutral medium, in presence of base, and in presence of acid. And it oxidizes sulfide ion to sulfur. S2 minus is converted to S. And it oxidizes nitrites to nitrates, that is NO2 minus to NO3 minus. And it oxidizes alcohols to aldehyde. For example, when you use ethyl alcohol, you can get acetaldehyde, CH3CHO, acetaldehyde is formed. And it oxidizes sulfides to sulfate, SO3 2 minus is converted into SO4 2 minus. So these are the various reactions. So by repeatedly writing these reactions, you can remember the equations involved in various chemical reactions. So at least you should write 2 or 3 times. Then uses, it is used as a strong oxidizing agent. It is used for the treatment of skin infections and fungal infections of the foot. Skin infections la vandu idha use பண்ணுவாங்க. Then water treatment industries to remove iron and hydrogen sulfide from well water. So water treatment, that is கிணற்றில் இருக்கக்கூடிய தண்ணியில் வந்து அயன் ஹைட்ரஜன் சல்ஃபேட்டை ரிமூவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. தென் இட் இஸ் யூஸ்ட் அஸ் பேயஸ் reagent for detecting unsaturation in organic compound. What is meant by unsaturation? Presence of double bond. Then it is used in quantitative analysis for the estimation of ferrous ion, that is ferrous salts, oxalates and hydrogen peroxides. So there is one question: why hydrochloric acid is not used with potassium permanganate during oxidizing reactions? There is a question: why hydrochloric acid is not used in the oxidizing reactions of potassium permanganate? So the answer is like that. So when magnet ion is reacted with chloride ion, it forms Mn2 plus ion and chlorine gas and water. So HNO3 also cannot be used since it is a good oxidizing agent and reacts with reducing agents in the reaction. So generally we use sulfuric acid with potassium permanganate for the oxidizing property. ஹைட்ரோக்ளோரிக் ஆசிட் யூஸ் பண்ணால் குளோரின் கேஸ் வந்து ஃபார்ம் ஆயிரும், அதனால வேறு ரியாக்ஷன்ஸ் வரும். அது மாதிரி நைட்ரிக் ஆசிடும் வந்து யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. ஏன்னா நைட்ரிக் ஆசிட் யூஸ் பண்ணால் அது வந்து ரெடியூசிங் ஏஜென்ட்ஸோட ரியாக்ட் ஆயிரும். அந்த மாதிரி ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கிறதுனால தான் வி யூஸ் இன் ஜென்ரல் sulfuric acids. Then equivalent weight of potassium permanganate in acid medium. What is meant by equivalent weight? So weight of the oxidizing agent that displaces 1.008 gram of hydrogen or 8 gram of oxygen or 35.5 gram of chlorine. So that is the definition, but equivalent weight is given by the formula molecular weight by number of electrons transferred during the reactions. So that is the formula used in calculations. So molecular weight of KMnO4 is 158. So in acid medium there are 5 electrons transferred. So we have to divide molecular weight by 5. So we get 31.6. In basic medium, only 1 electron is transferred. So we get 158. And in neutral medium, there are 3 electrons transferred. So we get 52.67. So depending upon the number of electrons transferred, the equivalent weight changes from acid medium to basic medium. So these are the important things. So in this lesson, in this class, we discussed oxides of transition metals and 2 important compounds, that is potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. So there are a lot of reactions, so you have to write all the chemical reactions 1 or 2 times so that you can remember it. Okay students, there are some questions for your revision. Explain the preparation of potassium dichromate. Write the importance of chromyl chloride test. How is potassium permanganate prepared? What is Bayes reagent? Write notes on oxidizing properties of potassium permanganate in acid, neutral and alkaline medium. Then discuss the structure of potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. That is, you should draw the structures of ions. Okay students, thank you.